Senator Hutchison.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Watley, did you get a call from Chrysler earlier this year asking you to buy inventory to help the company stave off bankruptcy?
Yes, ma'am. And we took full allocation every time, and I believe it was 2 months we actually over-ordered allocation, trying to do, be a good soldier.
Mr. Press, I've heard this from other dealers now, several besides Mr. Lopez and Mr. Watley. And if the company called and said, help us in this, and we need you to take these cars, and then we will stave off bankruptcy. And then going forward, of course, you're in a bankruptcy now, and the dealers are not, they're not getting the assurance that you have given to me and you have said that you plan to give. It's not forthcoming to them. So could you explain how it is that you are going to take this inventory from the dealers? You've mentioned 89 or 90%, but that isn't happening. At least they don't see it. So could you help me with that?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
And perhaps help them.
Of course. We have established a program after we learned of the bankruptcy that would allow us to redistribute the cars from the affected dealers to those dealers that are going forward, as well as parts and their special tools. The process will begin when two things occur. Number one, the terminations take effect because they're not termination, the effective date has not occurred yet. The cars are not ready to be taken from the inventory of the affected dealers. And second, a floor plan source has to be put in place for the incoming new dealers. We started that process within 10 days and established a relationship with GMAC. They're putting a floor plan position as we speak. Over 80% of the affected dealers have a floor plan available now to take these vehicles.
Do they know that? Because I'm not hearing that from one dealer, that they understand that there is a plan in place that this inventory will be taken.
The dealers do know that. They've been called. We have a phone log, confirming the discussion with every dealer. Emails have been sent. The dealers who have agreed to have the redistribution occur are getting a daily status, and we have now 97% of the vehicles committed by the dealers going forward to relieve these dealers of this inventory, and about 51% of the parts.
Mr. Watley or Mr. Lopez, tell me if that's your understanding.
We have had no contact with the business center whatsoever until Monday, June 1, after your office had called them and kind of rattled them. I did get a call then that said, rest assured, we will try to come up with a plan to remove your inventory after June the 9th. I've seen no reports. I've not talked to anyone except for the one phone call that your office did seem to generate from them. I've had no other contact whatsoever. I also have the official terms here of the agreement. It says that Chrysler will assist in selling cars. They will request new dealers to buy cars, and that Chrysler is only facilitating the sale of the inventories by attempting to identify potential buyers. On the contract that we sign and send in, it says dealer understands and acknowledges Chrysler has no obligation and is not responsible for any action or agreement.
There's just a disconnect here, Mr. Press, and let me add one thing to this. In Waco, Texas, a town of 122,000, all 3 Chrysler dealerships are being closed. Now, the view is that another dealer is going to come in from out of state, not someone who is a part of that community, and new dealerships are going to be created in Waco because there would be no dealers for Chrysler in this town of 122,000. Help me understand what appears to be an effort to change the contracts with the dealers that are in place to make better contracts with new dealers coming in That's what it appears. Am I wrong?
Well, actually, first of all, I would like to address Mr. Watley afterwards. I'm sure we can take care of his issues. And as I told you, we will be redistributing the vehicles. I can't understand why he did not receive a phone call. We have a proof of log that he did. So we'll work through that, and I apologize. Second, we're not changing the contracts of dealers. This is a case where we are trying to bring, first of all three brands under one roof, because by trying to run three separate brands and channels and dealer bodies, we've gone broke. We can't do that any longer. And second, there are other reasons for the dealer actions that have been taken. Within that, bringing the three brands under one roof, we want to do it in a way that we bring the performers along that will allow us the best return on all of our investment. There are some dealers whose performance is substandard. In this case, we have set, and the dealers realize, that there's a minimum sales responsibility based on market share that they should receive in their town. In the case of the dealers that have not been taken forward, we will lose. Last year, we lost 55,000 units of sales in the deficient sales positions. That's about $1.5 billion of revenue. It's better in the short term for us, where we have dealers that may not be able to perform to the market standard, to replace them at some point with a stronger dealer. The dealer is our customer in that market. We realize that, but they're our only customer. And if they're not able to sell to the level that we need to generate our revenue, then obviously, and they're substandard from average, then obviously we need to make a stronger dealer body.